Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Animal Crossing. Off to a good start when I can't even say the word episode. Welcome in, Strong Mom. It is good to have you here. I think this is the first time you've caught one of the streams where I'm actually going to play Animal Crossing. And there's a kind of reason for this, and that's because, well, I have an empty plot and I'm not about to let another one autofill because we've done this before. And not into it. Not into the autofill. It's done me dirty before. So we've got a decent selection, but we autofilled with Dottie. Now Dottie is pretty non-offensive, but they are not what we wanted. So I don't even remember. Bunny asked to leave. Kit left and filled with Dottie, and then Bunny asked to leave, so we have an empty plot. But we will be getting rid of not even Dottie, Hamlet, and Sasha will be going eventually at some point to fill in the blanks, essentially. So as always, we have a hunt list. So I should put that up in my chat before I even start. Did I edit it from the last time? Nightbot, hello. I know you're awake. There we go. Okay, and this list gets shorter and shorter every time. So I'm gonna be doing Spicy Little Hunt. We can also do something has gone a little wrong because my audio is a little bit messed up. I don't know if it's messed up for you. No, you can hear the audio. I suppose it doesn't matter as long as it's not being picked up on my mic, which it doesn't appear to be. So we'll just live with it. I'm just gonna live with it. It means I can take my headphones off today because there's absolutely nothing coming through them. It's decided it's gonna quietly come through my monitor today. And I think that's to do with the fact that I was rearranging some wires. But that's okay, as long as my my mic isn't picking it up and we're getting double audio, then we good, we Gucci. Welcome in, Riches. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Good to see you, Liv. Good to have you here. So I am gonna dive straight in. And we are gonna run in and see Orville and Wilbur for the first time in ages. I haven't done any of my dailies for today or even touched this. All I did was come on, put some Nook Miles in my pockets because I knew I'd be having an empty plot from what, like, not yesterday, the day before. Because I haven't been playing particularly regularly, I do admit. But let's get on our fly on. And this is also my first time using the controller that I received for Christmas, which sounds terrible. Somebody's ringing my doorbell, so you'll have to give me a moment. Okay, some poor timing there, honestly. The moment I start doing something is the moment something else happens, but it wasn't even for me. People just go ahead and literally press any doorbell on the apartment building, hoping that they'll be let in. And then when I look out the window and ask them who they're looking for and they can't answer me, the answer is, no, I won't let you in. But, okay. We can carry on. I'm gonna use that not whilst tickets. I can literally hear my neighbour's kids outside screaming up a storm like it's not 6 o'clock and they are very young, but each to their own. Time for takeoff. Oh, Liv is hunting as well. I feel like every time I talk to you, you are hunting, Liv. I feel like you hunt a lot. I know that you reset like fairly recently, so it's understandable that you'd be hunting at the moment, but I feel like even before that you were still hunting. Catch some bees and chop some trees. Oh, did I forgot to... Yeah, I forgot to drop my ladder. Just another one of those things. Okay, so it's not somebody who we want, but we can still say hello. Hi, Derwin. Still pretty cute. Welcome in, Lego Mom. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Time for takeoff. It's still so bizarre to me that this sound is coming out of my monitor. I don't... I'm gonna have to... No, let's get rid of the ladder because it's gonna bother me otherwise. Let me go and drop that somewhere. Honestly, I feel like chucking my computer out of the window more often than not. Currently, its favourite thing to do is, because I don't, like, I have a bunch of USB connections that I plugged into this thing. So I went and I bought myself like a USB splitter and adapter so that I could turn more than one of the USB ports that are on the back of it into like more than one option, so I can plug half a dozen things, well, not half a dozen things, but a few more things in. And now you think that'd make my life easier so that it wouldn't be a mess of wires, but it means that when I shut down my computer, it disconnects, and then when my computer turns back on, I expected it to just, you know, reconnect as it turns on, as most things usually do when you leave them plugged in. Oh no, couldn't possibly have done that and been that easy. I have to unplug it and plug it back in every time I turn my computer on. So every time I turn my computer on, like my mouse and my keyboard and all of these things don't work. And that's purely because before I had my mouse and my keyboard plugged in at the back, and then literally everything else plugged in at the front. But then I had a bunch of wires out of the front of my computer that was just like a whole rat's nest mess. I wanted to clean it up, have them all tucked in at the back. You know, I've got some they're like these fabric things that you zip up to keep all of my cables together. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna plug them all in at the back, use one of those to keep them all neat. No. You cannot have nice things. Nice things are not allowed here. So now, like, everything unplugs. Like, even my mic that I use that's attached to my arm is also USB and is plugged into that. Cable mess, don't look under my desk. I mean, my cables are fairly tidy. I'm gonna be honest. I think the only one cable that is obviously not tucked away is the HDMI cable that goes from my PlayStation, which is next to my computer, to come to plug up into the capture card for when I was doing Minecraft streams. So I have that one cable that I haven't put into the stuff because it was sort of moved over here, and that's like my one messy cable other than all of this stuff that was plugged in at the front. So I moved it all to keep it neat and tidy, and my computer has other ideas. Hello? Anybody? Anybody home? Oh. Hey, Hopkins. You look pretty darn weird with your ears tucked in this hat. And you know what? I think also I will accept if I find what's the alien looking glowy squirrel's name? Ione? If I find her, I will take her. I think she's the one that's not on the list that I may take. I may cheat for her. Because to me, she looks rather alien, so she'll fit the island just fine. Welcome in, Punch. Let me drop that command. Although I'm sure you are all more than well aware of Panji's existence. And if you're not, what are you doing here? Go over there. Honestly. I think Panj also... I got this controller for Christmas. I think J Large actually bought Panj the same controller for Christmas that my friend bought for me. Because I've got like this this little Animal Crossing controller that my friend bought for me that I'm using today. Because I'd expressed some concern because a lot of people get the dreaded Joy-Con drift, and I've been using my Joy-Cons for well over a year, and although neither of them drift, but one of my left Joy-Con does disconnect on occasion. So he was like, "Oh, I'll buy you a controller for Christmas," and like, I understand that some people are going to be like, "Wait a minute, they told you what you're getting for Christmas?" Yes, because if I don't go, "Yeah, that's fine, that's good," they're gonna hand me something and I'm gonna be like, what on heckin' earth is this? Not that I wouldn't appreciate it, it's a matter of like, 9 times out of 10 when somebody thinks something is a good idea to buy for me as a gift, I've already bought it for myself. Because I have absolutely no impulse control. Welcome in, Crimson Island. I don't have a command for you, but we can definitely grab that link. Because I am most certainly subscribed, so all I have to do is scroll through my subscriptions. There we are. Let's drop this one in here. And I'm gonna go into my dashboard and add in some stuff. And by some stuff I mean a command, so that I don't have to you get some. I don't know actually whether you can hear my keyboard. But you might be getting some keyboard ASMR right now. And change that there. And let's double check that it works. As always. So we got little Poncho. Poncho is pretty cute. Doesn't fit the island though. Is Nightbot gonna do its job? It is on a bit of a go slow today, but honestly, he puts in some hard work here. And there we go. Gotta be putting in all of these links. Honestly, I'm one of these where especially if they're channels that I've watched and I know that I'm not sending them off to like some channel that's like full of like 18 plus content with like a heck of loads of cussing or gore or something like this. Like, don't get me wrong, I have on occasion raided somebody who is a little more ripe with the language than I am. But that depends on the vibe, the situation, the game. And if there's somebody that I watch that I don't think they're so bad, then I might make exception. But usually anybody that comes into my chat that I know that I'm like, I like this person's stuff, I trust them, and I think that their community is nice and chill, then if they turn up, they get the shout out. That's how it goes. Yeah, Lil Mayo, because apparently for some reason in the US the word ass is a swear word. I don't understand this because A, it's the name of an animal, and B, it's no different than saying booty if you're meaning it to mean body part or bum, neither of which I consider to be offensive words. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this information. And actually, I think in all of the bots that I have, I don't think I included it on any of my blacklist words either. It's hard to scroll through my blacklist words now because it's full of so much bot nonsense to get rid of all of these spam bots. I know there are a bunch of absolutely awful things in here. No, it does not feature. There are a few similar words, but not that word in particular. Cracks you up. I mean, this thing, like, even when I, like, babysit other people's kids and things like this, like, they've heard my language. Because here's the thing, when I stream, my language is, like, I'm not going to say it's 10 out of 10. I'd call it 9 out of 10. I've had a few moments of slip-ups, mistakes, whatever you want to call them. I think 100% of those were on the co-op streams with Bobby. And I think even he had his only slip-up that I've ever known him to do in all of the years that we've been working together on one of the co-op streams, because we just, every now and again, sometimes people frustrate you and you make mistakes. Who do we have on the island at the moment? I don't think I have a command for that. I know I used to when I was on Lilu, but now that we've started Zorg, I don't have a command for that. But on my island, I have Cephalobot, Weber, I have T-Bone, Rodeo, Hamlet, Sasha, Anchor, Dottie, and I want to say his name. I don't. Why do I not remember this poor creature's name? And the koala. What's his name? Why is this escaping me right now? Why is his name escaping me right now? This is unacceptable. Gonzo, that's his name. There we go. So we got a decent selection. Maybe I should put this into a command. Before I forget again. Before I forget again. I'm probably gonna spell all of these wrong, but you know, it is what it is. And now I'm struggling to remember that list. Weber, Cephalobot, and Anchor is what I'm missing right now. How do you spell Cephalobot? Something like this. Okay, I'm literally gonna Google him just to get the correction for the name. Oh dear. Okay. Hopefully that makes it a little easier in future. So if I do this, it should now tell you a list of villagers that are on the island. And although Tipper's cute, Tipper is staying on this mystery island. Yep, let's go. And honestly, I think, I mean, Gonzo and Weber weren't exactly, they were sort of last minute, actually this one could work kind of additions, so they might still change yet. They might still change yet. And obviously, like I said, Dottie, Hamlet and Sasha will be leaving us at some point. What would dodos do? Yeah, absolutely love Cephalobot. Honestly, he's so cute. Even like the little music he plays when you talk to him. Adorable. I don't remember your name, bud. Matilda. Honestly, the kangaroos with babies, a little bit terrifying. Yeah, Vic is the bull. Vic is the bull. I've already got 2 bulls. I've got T-Bone and I've got Rodeo. So Vic would make number 3 and then I'd have like a full set because they are going to be my Mangalore from the movie Fifth Element. Which is also where my character's outfit is from. I'm one of the air hostesses. And also where my other characters' outfits and names and everything have come from. That's basically the idea of this island. Like my original island was called Lilu, from obviously the main character of the film. And then somebody said that it was a shame that it wasn't space themed. And then I was like, maybe my next one. And then when it came round to time to reset, and I was like, well, 2.0's coming out sometime soon anyway. Might as well reset now and, you know, see what happens. It'll be like a whole new game. And then everything 2.0 is locked behind 3 stars, which is a little bit disheartening. And we're totally blanking Gwen right now. Gwen's pretty cute. When I first started playing the game, I wanted an all penguin island, and I might still do that after I've completed this island. Fifth Element is my favourite film of all time. That might be maybe showing my age to a certain extent, because like that's a fairly old film. It's what, like 25 years old now, that film. Something along those lines. I don't know. Does the DVD sat on my shelf right next to me tell me how old this is? Do you tell me when you were released? In 97. Okay, so it's not quite 25 years old, but pretty close. So that's what I'm doing for the island. So I'm gonna do as you come out of the airport, I'm gonna do like an homage to the airport scene in the film. So I'm gonna have the trash wall. I'm gonna have like almost like the little pod for the air hostess, where they have like the multi-pass kind of scenario going on. And actually my current character's phone is supposed to look like a multi-pass, which is incredibly difficult to do with like the limited pixels that this game gives you for a design code. So if I do, where's the one where you take photos? Give this to me. She'll get out her phone. So I got like this. Where is it? This one. Got multipass for my phone. And I'm making all of my own designs. So I've got my space floor. I've got my rubbish wall, work in progress, multipass, and the Stones flag, and then some stuff that I've done for other people. And then obviously I've got my diva outfit, air hostess outfit. I've got Corbin Dallas, Ruby Rod, Lilu, and then I've got my Christmas jumpers. Ooh, hello buddy, you are hideous. No, thank you. Yeah, so that's why I've got a bunch of other characters on this Switch, not because other people use this Switch, but because who doesn't need the characters? Got myself, the air hostess, Lilu, Corbin Dallas, Diva. She doesn't look quite right without her hat on, and then Ruby Rod. We don't actually have very much decoration on the island yet. It's pretty bare. And put a lot of time into starting up those characters, getting them dressed, like time traveling to Halloween just to paint a character blue, and having to grind the Nook miles to do that. Who is my favorite villager? Ooh. Favorite villager. I think my favorite villager on my island before this one would have been between Murphy and Marshall. I think my favorite villager on this island currently would be Cephalobot. But I don't know, like overall, I'm not sure. Did we just summon Murphy? Hey, buddy. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, Murphy. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, and Dom. Absolutely love Dom as well. A favorite one is just too hard to choose. Maybe at some point I'll do like a tier list of all of the Animal Crossing villages. Although that may literally take all day. Although I suppose I could probably do that off stream and post it as a video, because it might mean that I'm less likely to get distracted, so it won't be like 100 hours long just for me to like place one villager. Is this Dell? I feel like his name's Dell. It is. It is indeed Dell. How you doing, pal? Like Dell boy. Are you up to some shady shenanigans out here, Dell? I don't know. You don't really look like the sort, if I'm honest. But who knows? Could be. Up to some... I was going to say up to some Sly things, but Sly's a whole different character. I'm sure Pee-wee is screaming somewhere in the distance. Don't put that on my baby Sly. Right, let's put it this way. We've got like 400 odd villagers. Well, it was 300 and something, and then they added a bunch more. How many are there? 413 villagers in New Horizons now. Okay. So, would probably take a hot minute. I mean, there are some that I could probably just chuck out and be like, yeah, this one's quite obviously like a middle-of-the-road, non-offensive villager, and some of them are quite obviously like just a hard pass. But I think I'd really struggle with some of the others. Did I do the command for Mum's Crossing? Did I do that? Did I do that for myself the last time? Didn't. Oh no. How have I done this to myself? I think this is because I don't update my own commands often enough, and then because I deal with other people's bots as well, I get super confused as to like, wait a minute, I know I put this person's command in somewhere, and then it's not my bot, it's somebody else's. Helps if I can spell. That is also a thing that would be good. And also helps if I remember to edit user levels as well. Okay. Now let's try this. Let's try this. Just a cheeky addition. And obviously, how rude of me. Welcome in to you as well, Mum's Crossing. Good to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Catch some bees and chop some trees. I mean, it's not quite what I'm here for. Hello? Petite. Why do I feel like I've never seen Bettina before in my life? I type in Bettina to have a look to see if like if she was in any of the other games or anything like that, and there's a picture of her, and then right directly next to it is a picture of Limburg, and they're both just like orange mice, and I'm like, close, but also no. Oh dear. She's pretty cute though. Ooh, what are we having for lunch, Strong Mom? I need to know. I need to know. Hi, Tara. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Glad to catch live. Yeah, and I'm actually playing Animal Crossing today rather than doing art like I have done the last few times I've been live, where we've been working on the emote set for Bubby. And I've finished the base emote set. I just have some text to do, and then I've got another 3 that I'll probably do on my next art live, which may be tomorrow. If I feel up to it tomorrow, we'll see. Noodles with yellow pepper and marinara sauce. I actually ordered my shopping today, and much to my frustration, usually when I order my shopping, I can order it for like the next day or the day after. Oh no, I gotta wait a couple of days for my shopping. Even though, like, I'm one of these people that I rely on that. Because years and years ago, before I discovered like the magic of ordering online and found somewhere that will bring it to my door rather than leaving it down at the bottom of the stairs and making me walk it all the way up the stairs. Like, I have health problems, which mean that I struggle to do that sometimes. Sometimes I physically can't do that for myself, and before I used to have to ask somebody to do that for me, to be like, write out a list and like send them off on their way, and then you always end up with something where it's like, that's not what I meant. But so I discovered the joy of ordering online, and then obviously shortly after the pandemic hit, and it was like so difficult to get slots for ordering shopping, so I had to rely on other people, because you had to they had a whole system of like, okay, prove that you're clinically vulnerable But to prove that you're clinically vulnerable, you have to have received a letter from your doctor or the medical professionals saying that you are to shield and stay inside and what have you. And I had not received one, and I still never did the entire time. And it's like, oh, just why? It meant I could literally the whole time not order my own shopping, and it hasn't improved by much. Like, I can, but it's not the way that it used to be. Pashmina is kind of cute. She doesn't fit the vibe, unfortunately, so she'll be staying here. But you know, I was looking forward to going back to normal and getting some more of a semblance of my independence back. Like, dang. Like, not the whole of the near enough 2 years that we were all stuck inside, but like a good chunk of that I spent literally on my own in my apartment. It's just not even being able to do your own shopping sucks. Sucks. Because I had to wait for my friend, which was technically breaking the rules. I'm gonna say this now because it was like you have to be shielding or be within the same family unit or within the same bubble and what have you. I used to wait for him to come in his car and take me shopping, and like he'd do all of the heavy lifting for me and stuff like that so that I didn't hurt myself. But honestly, it's like people don't realize that when they go and they book all of the slots, like, what am I supposed to do? Honestly, I've got like a granny trolley from years ago when I first moved in here, because I live on the second floor, which honestly, if I had the foresight to realize that I was gonna get worse, honestly, I would have been like, I can't live on the second floor because I'll never be able to get anything up the stairs. But I bought myself a granny trolley that I go and that's how I get my shopping home. But still, getting the shopping up the stairs is literally my worst nightmare. I hate it. And then if I have like one of my neighbours that come out of their flat, I feel embarrassed. Because like I'm a young woman in comparison to some of the people that live here. We got a Bubbles. Bubbles is pretty cute. Don't hate on Bubbles. But it's a bit awkward. A bit random for me not talking for about 10 minutes. Annabelle was my starter. Honestly, I really want Annabelle. I really want Annabelle. Annabelle is a must for this island because she is absolutely perfect for one of the characters. I appreciate all of the hugs and support and what have you. Yeah, they do bring it to my door now. Originally, I was ordering from a local, well, I say a local shop, like it is a big chain shop, but it's closer to me. And despite having discussions with them, they turn around and goes, well, it's policy that we're not, our delivery drivers aren't allowed to bring anything upstairs. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's fair. I understand carrying things upstairs all day, every day can be like problematic. So I had to go and find somewhere that when I ordered, they would bring it upstairs for me because that was the overall problem. Like, I can get the stuff home. like, I wouldn't say without issue, but fairly reasonably. It's just the moment I have to get everything upstairs is a hard no. Hi Ryan, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Cozy core sounds wonderful, honestly. Don't need to answer this. You are more than welcome to ask any questions. I may not necessarily answer them, but you can ask whatever. First time hearing your voice and being in your stream, whereabouts in this world do you reside? I love the way that you've put that, honestly. Have a lovely accent. People often compliment me on my voice and accent, and even people from my area will ask me where I'm from, which is odd because born and bred in the area that I am from. I will say that I am from England in the UK, but I don't feel 100% comfortable saying any more than that, I guess. But I suppose my nearest, I don't even know, like, I feel like even saying my nearest city would be, like, a bit much for me personally to say. But yeah. In England. And I have, and apparently I have a very, distinctly out of place accent for my area. And I couldn't tell you where it comes from. Because absolutely everybody asks me. They're like, so where are you from? And then I'll say, I'm from here. And they're like, no, seriously, where are you from? I'm like, no. Born here, lived here all of my life. But literally, they cannot and will not believe me because I do not have the, like, standard accent for the area. And I think a lot of them are maybe a little bit upset because I'm probably a little bit better spoken than some of the others that I'm used to, that are from, like, my immediate vicinity at the moment. But I don't know. I think that's more me wanting to be clear and not be, I don't know, the next roadmans out there with all of the buts and innits and I don't know, whatever else they do. Well, don't get me wrong. I do say those things. Depending on who I'm talking to, mainly. Like, if I'm speaking to somebody who is more casually spoken than myself, sometimes depending on how relaxed I am with them, I will speak with them more casually. But, like, as a standard, this is how I talk with most people. Like, I work customer service and serve, like, hundreds to thousands of people a day from all over the world. So I suppose maybe I pick up some bits and pieces of accents from them, but considering I've always been asked, even when I was a child, like, where are you from? Like, clearly I had a bit of an odd accent to begin with. And my mum always made it a point to make sure that we are well-spoken. I'd consider my mum to be fairly well-spoken as well. Whereas my dad most definitely is not. He's a very much man's man, like a mechanic, and he'll come out with like probably more slang than I've ever used in my life. I don't know what it is. Like, he works with a lot of like young men that will like teach him like, oh, like no cap means I'm not lying, and I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to say those things now, which is ridiculous because it's not true, but also I feel that way. Samson is kind of cute. He's got some like real excited energy. Look at that face. He's like, come on, tell me. Am I coming with you? Are we going? Come on. Come on. Are we there yet? Are we going? Where are we going? I can just imagine Samson being like, when you've got the annoying kid in the back of the car when you're going for a road trip and you're like, please, please stop. Please end this. Like, the are we there yet vibe with Samson is strong. Samson the puppy mouse. Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's got that like puppy, like too much energy vibe. We're like, even watching you makes me tired. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes, very occasionally, I have that amount of energy. And I think, honestly, that's probably been caught on stream, like, I don't know, a grand total of maybe 2 times. I think mainly those moments get caught before streams. When I used to do the co-op Minecraft series, we used to do like sound check, audio check beforehand, before we started up going live and what have you. And there is like a snippet of this audio check where Bob is recording to make sure that audio levels are fine so that I can be heard on his stream and the game sound can be heard and his voice can be heard all at the correct levels so that you can hear him most of all, and then you can hear me, and then you can hear the game sound. And there is like this video that he sent me once of he's recording during sound check, and it is me doing my sound check. And now my process for this sound check was me finding something loud in the game world. So I'd found like this gate in a village and I was slamming it open and closed because it makes like that creaky door open and closed sound that some things make in Minecraft. And I was yodeling whilst asking him to talk, and he's literally there staring at me going, what do you want me to say, or something along those lines, whilst I'm yodeling and slamming this door like a crazy person. And then he turns his camera around and there's a villager just watching us, and the moment he looks at this villager, the villager turns around and walks away like, don't involve me, bro, she's your problem. I'll have to, like, I know I have a copy of this segment, and I think Bobby always says that he's gonna post it in as a short, and honestly, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it should be posted. I'm not entirely sure anybody would find it anywhere near as funny as he did. I did have a good laugh at it, but honestly, it's not the only moment I've had that much energy though. Benedict's hard pass. Benedict, what have you got in your cheeks? You got your mouth full of seed? I don't understand. But I think there was also hi Apple sneaking in, doing the lurky turkey. But I think the other time I've got caught with that much energy, that are we there yet, kid in the back of the car on a long trip energy, was when I was doing the Lilo Island. I think this one was actually caught on stream, I'm pretty sure. And I was getting deeply frustrated with a like forced perspective island situation that I had at the back. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put on the top of the mountain. So I'd thrown like not the campfire, the bonfire up there. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to look like a volcano and it's going to be funny. And then I walked away from it and I was like, Gondor calls for aid. And I was literally running around the island screaming this reference. I have no idea why it entertained me so much, but it just really did. Just really deeply did. And I will occasionally just throw out a reference and be like, this is what popped into my head. I think I did this last night on Artsy's stream when she was talking to one of her villagers, the little mobster hamster looking dude, one of the new ones. I haven't learned all of their names yet. And he passed her like a cycling short now on her shirt, and now on her videos he's like the mob boss and she's working for him as like he's the like overarching threatening leader kind of position. And for some reason, my lizard brain just went, Master gave Artsy a shirt. Artsy is now a free elf. And I was like, why? I literally typed it in the chat because I was like, this is funny to me right now. I don't know why my brain is like this. Snooty is okay. Not quite what we're looking for. You are the wrong auntie to Snooty. Marlowe, yeah, that's it, Marlowe. Yeah, I think it was Marlowe. I know Raymond was being extra on that stream as well, even though it was like 3 in the morning for me. Why is my brain like this? Like, I have that. I was gonna say like pure unadulterated lizard brain, but there's nothing pure about it. It's like the reality of like autism and ADHD and just me as a person all up in this brain making lizard brain decisions is how I always end up in this situation. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think it's a bad thing, and I do censor myself to a certain extent, because there are some times where I will think about what I'm saying and be like, that's maybe a little bit mean, a little bit cruel. But 9 times out of 10, my initial thoughts on something are just like word association, basically. So in this stream of Artsy's, literally Marlo gave her a shirt, and for some reason my word association with that is like Master gave Dobby a sock, and it just spiraled out of control. Like, why? Why is this? I do it all the time. All over the place. I'm sure Apple has been, has fallen foul to my word association many a time on many a stream. then again, I suppose Apple also has a stream where she made the unfortunate decision to invite me on to play Bells or No Bells. And I think it was one of the few times where you didn't actually have to do any like distraction for pauses, for like effects to build up the tension or anything. Because you just have to like ask me a question and then I'd waffle on for about 10 minutes before we open the next bag, and I just was like, yeah, just if you get me started talking, it's all over. Absolutely all over. I could talk all day, every day. And some people love it, honestly. At work, some of my customers absolutely love it because some of them will see me every year when they come to whatever they're coming to see or do. So some of them, when they come for certain things, will literally go out of their way to find me to be like, it's you again. And I'm like, oh God. Which is nice sometimes. Some of them, they'll go out of their way to find me because maybe I'm a little bit more tolerant of the way that they put things. Like some of the older gentlemen will use questionable phrasing that isn't necessarily considered like politically correct any longer. Like it may have been where they were raised, how they were raised, when they were raised, but it most certainly isn't now. And to be fair, the way I always put it to them whenever they apologise and what have you, I was like, well, as long as you're not saying it to somebody in a hurtful way, I don't see why it's got to be an issue to me. Like, you do what you gotta do. It's like when I go out of my house now, someone annoys me, I'll start thinking, I'll hit you with a net and walk away. Honestly. Biff looking real angry with these eyebrows, although I'm low-key jealous of the eyebrows as a person with next to no eyebrows, because when you grow up in the 90s, you remove all of your eyebrows and they never grow back. But yeah, I have actually legitimately threatened to hit my friend with a net. And they don't play Animal Crossing, so they did not understand the reference. But, you know, these things happen. I am also the kind of person that would, I don't know, go out and buy myself a net. And if I was, like, dating some dude and I really liked him and I wanted to tell him I'd take this net with me and give him a playful little bop with it, and then be like, and when he was like, what are you doing? Like, because you're a catch. I'm that person. Deeply embarrassing. Deeply embarrassing. And I'd do that in a public place as well, just so that they couldn't pretend like it never happened. My neighbour is having a party. I don't even know whether this music is in my building, but I can literally feel the vibration of it. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Ooh, who are you? Roswell. Interesting, interesting. I was gonna say, is Nightbot not functioning today? But Nightbot is functioning today. I'm gonna go ahead and report that-ish. Okay. Now back to Roswell and your very interesting patterning, bud. You look like, you know when you get like chocolate spread and it's like milk and white chocolate swirl? Like that is Roswell's face. Like you low-key look delicious, Roswell. And then he literally swirls. Oh my god. You look a little bit delicious, Roswell. Yep, I'm ready to return home. But honestly, if you could just bring me onto the next island, that would also be wonderful. Rather than having to go back to Zorg just to go to another mystery island. Okay. What would dodos do? Definitely wouldn't be flying right now. That's what they would be not doing. Or I can tell you that much for sure, Orville. I'm not sure what they would do. I don't know. Go extinct? I'm sure they didn't do that on purpose though. This is Bo. Yeah. Bo's a pretty cute villager. I've had Bo. Bo. Pretty dang cute. Hi Samuel, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. I would like to fly. Gonna sing that song. What's the song called? Is it? I don't know. When I type it in, it's coming up with tones and I fly away. So it might be that. Like, anytime he says, would you like to fly? Would you like to fly? Yes, I would like to fly. I'd like to fly away. I'm obviously not gonna sing the rest of the lyrics because those are 100% copyrighted, and although I'm not gonna pretend that I can sing, like, well, I can sing, everybody can sing, but I'm not gonna pretend I can sing well. I used to think that I could until I heard myself, and now I'm not so sure. Is this Admiral? Admiral isn't one that I see very often. He's got like some hench unibrow. Honestly, I've never quite figured out, like, I understand some of the, what do they call it? The phonetic alphabet that Wilbur does, but some of it makes absolutely zero sense. It's just nonsense, some of it. Like, I spent the longest time being like, I don't understand. Because some of it is and some of it isn't. It's like an awkward mix. I have a meeting at 2 and then again at 2:30, so I'll be lurking. I'm not sure how much longer you're streaming, but in case, have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining us. In good luck in your meetings. Yeah, enjoy your lurky turkey. And have a coffee in between those meetings for me on my decaf life. Oh, Hans. Hans is good for if you're going for like a winter themed island. Got that Yeti vibe going on. And honestly, I'm one of those people where I don't mind a meeting. I don't mind a meeting. I don't mind an interview or a meeting. Like, a lot of people get nervous or anxious or what have you. Don't get me wrong. I'm diagnosed with anxiety. I have anxiety problems, but not that kind of anxiety. My channel does have alert command. But I don't get anxious about the things that people normally get anxious about. Like, I don't get anxious about an interview. I absolutely love an interview. Like, please. I've been asked some absolutely wild interview questions. I think probably one of the weirdest interview questions I have ever gotten was along the lines of if you could be any colour, if you were a crayon in a box of crayons and you could be any colour, which colour would you be? Like, this excuse me? This as an interview question. It threw me through a loop. Don't get me wrong, I answered it, and I think my answer for it was thebomb.com. Personally, I choose to believe that. But I mean, clearly they didn't think so. I didn't get hired, but apparently that was for external reasons, because I knew one of their members of staff already, and when they found that out, they were like, no, we don't need any like girly friendships distracting people from work. Just wait a minute. Okay, this one already exists, so I can come in here and do this, and it should work. Welcome in, Natty. It is good to see you. Good to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Blue, nice and calm. So I picked green. Now here's the thing. Green like a turquoisey green, like a teal green. Absolutely my favorite color. So I thought I'm gonna pick my favorite color, and then I'm gonna come up with some reasons why I think it's a great color. And here are the things. Like, green has positive connotations. Like, green is yes, green is go, and all of these things. Not only that, it's like a natural nature color and things like that. Like, it has like a bunch of positive connotations to it, and honestly, it just feels like a good positive color to be, and it's a color that I enjoy. So of course, if I'm gonna be anything, it better be something that I enjoy. And they were like, well, that's an interesting answer to your question, to the question. I'm like, this question is nonsense, honestly. It serves absolutely no purpose other than filler, and maybe a little bit of like I don't know, problem solving, thinking on your feet kind of ideas, but it's like a nothing question, because you're just asking people to come up with rubbish to waffle. Like, how good you are at waffling. Like, I'm 10 out of 10 at waffle. What's your point? It's not gonna help me. Not at work. Fret is definitely not coming with us. You're a little bit scary looking, boy. Like, you might need to tone down the crazy eyes a little bit. But honestly, I'd love to know if you guys could be any colour crayon in the box. What colour would you be and why? So Natty would be blue, nice and calm. I can imagine that. I've been there for a few streams. I can imagine the chill vibes. Blue, calm. But honestly, I don't think that question really serves a good purpose. Like, for my current job, I wanted to be involved in the hiring process for the new recruits. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't even let my supervisor be involved in the hiring process, which honestly I think is disgusting, because it means the people that are involved in the hiring process for my current job, that are, you know, bringing in the new staff to do the job, have no idea what the job is. They don't understand what the job involves or anything. So how are they supposed to know who would be a good fit for the job? They've never met any of the team to know whether like somebody would be like a good match to work with the team. Like, it's ridiculous. No, it had absolutely nothing to do with the job. So the job that I was at this interview for, where they asked this weird crayon question, was I'd still be customer service, because it's what I no, this is like a dirty way to put this, but I enjoy customer service. Like, I get it, people aren't always the nicest, and I have seen some absolutely shocking things, adults having tantrums and such, and things being thrown and being cussed at, and all of the things that you can imagine of people being awful. But you also get all of the people that are wonderful, and people that like return customers that will come and they'll like bring you chocolates. Or even though like I live in the UK and here like tipping isn't a thing, because I work with people internationally, like I'll still get tipped occasionally, which to me is like, wow, why would you do this? Like it's wholly unnecessary. But so for this job, I'd basically be a receptionist, at a casino. So my job would be to welcome people in, to check their IDs, to see if they've got a membership card, you know, things like that. That would be my job. To give them like their yeah, nothing particularly interesting. Like it was just a between jobs kind of like I'll just throw out a bunch of CVs to some places. But like this crayon question, I was there like I am gonna remember this question because it's what? Excuse me? Okay. Welcome in, Broken Nightmare Bunny. It is good to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So we found Meringue. Meringue is pretty dang cute. But she's gonna have to stay here, unfortunately. Although she's an anthropomorphic food item, she's not an alien. She does not belong on the sci-fi island, especially because she doesn't fit the Fifth Element theme that we've got going on at the moment. Like I said, I'll probably make an exception for Ione if we find her, because she's like very much like a little blue alien. But other than that, I think we're gonna try and stick to the list that I made. Although I've been terrible at that so far. Like I've got 2 villagers from. I did my cephalobot hunt, and we got cephalobot pretty early on. And then I also grabbed another two villagers, which were Gonzo and Weber. Oh, I'm inviting people. No. Wrong button. I would like to fly. Yes, I'd like to use that Nook Miles ticket, please, and thanking you, Mr. Orville, sir. I will try to have a good flight, thank you very much. Sometimes, even when I'm not streaming, I will talk to the characters in this game like they can hear me. Like, I don't know if anybody else is like this, or whether it's just me being a bit of a nutcase. But it's like, if somebody has like a pet dog or cat or whatever, if somebody has a pet, I will talk to them like they understand me. You're the, like... Oh. I'm sorry, Olaf, but you are not it. What is this hair scenario we've got going on? Oh. Oh, hard pass. Hard pass. But I will talk to animals like they understand me. I will talk to them like they are just a person. I think we all do that. I mean, it depends on the person. Like, I know some people. Like, it's like I don't know how to explain it, because I do the same with children as well. Michael Jackson and Tita, yeah, literally, that's what I was thinking. I just couldn't find the words to put it in. I was in such shock at his, like, greasy looking hair. Yes, the channel does have a alert command, Riches. It has done since before the channel went live, actually. This alert command has existed. It pays homage to a good friend of mine that used to stream, who deleted his channel a while ago. So it has the Lurky Turkey reference in there. But I've lost my train of thought now. But I was talking about like the way I talk to children. Like if somebody has a baby, like people tend to speak in a higher register when they're speaking to like a baby, and they're like, "Oh, aren't you cute? Oh, what a precious little bean," and all of this, and I'm like, "Sup, baby? How's it hanging? How you doing?" Cool, me too. When a baby starts crying and I'm just here like, same, that's a mood. Sheldon's pretty cute. I think I have a little bit of a soft spot for the squirrels, I'm not gonna lie. And to be fair, I was talking about this earlier today. I watched a video this morning that somebody had posted where like they're talking about mum shaming basically. And I felt the need to post a comment because they were talking about like breastfeeding versus bottle feeding and things like this. And I actually like posted a comment, which is not something I do very often, I have to admit. Like on occasion where I'm like I have something that I feel would be valuable input, I'll actually post a comment, but other than that usually I won't. Like if I feel like it's going to start an argument or something like that, then I'll avoid sharing my opinions, especially via comments. But this time I was like, oh my god, this woman is struggling, and I feel like she probably doesn't read the comments, but if she does, I want her to see this. And I explained to her in this comment that like years ago I had what was at the time my best friend. Like we've fallen out of contact more recently, in part due to COVID. She moved away just beforehand and stuff like that, and other life things, you know, being an adult and having friends gets difficult. But when we were best friends, she fell pregnant with twin boys, and shortly before they were born, her and her partner started having issues. And so when he finally decided that he had had enough, and he left. So she was left with 2 newborn twin boys, and I moved in with her. And the reason I thought that this story was poignant for this video that I had watched of this mother, like she just had her twins and she's concerned. She's there like, well, I don't know, I'm like struggling with the whole breastfeeding thing, but I feel bad. I don't want to bottle feed, I want to breastfeed. And I literally went through this with this girl where she was struggling with it, like from day one she was struggling with it. And it came to a point where like I'd say we make the decision. We didn't make the decision, she made the decision because she had to. She didn't really have any other choice. I was like, the important thing is that your babies are fed regardless of where it is. Like you can continue trying to pump and things like that, but if you're just not producing and stuff like that, then there's nothing you can do. It's just gonna have to be formula and bottle fed babies. Like that's just how it's gonna be. So we had to do that from like maybe a couple of weeks after they came home. But she hated it. It made her miserable. And honestly, I think that's just all external pressure. Like her body clearly went, no, I don't have the time or energy to both heal what we've just been through, like a fairly traumatic birth, and make milk to feed these babies. Like, but even though she literally physically couldn't feed both of them, like, just, it bothered me how much it bothered her. It was so upsetting. Okay, now that I can calm down, come off of my tangent that I went on. Welcome in, Jason. Good to see you, and welcome in, Alice. Apple Buddy is heading out. Let's plop that link in there again. Also, if I was a crayon, I think I would be orange. How are you going to be orange? A, orange is a colour I more associate with your husband, Mouse. And B, orange is sus. Orange is always sus. I'm allergic to orange. Get out of here. Honestly. How are you gonna come again? You're our first double though. I'd say blue, but I think that's a lie. I mean, it's not about what you most identify with necessarily. It's just, if you were a crayon in a box, which colour would you be? And you think you'd be orange, so, you know, destined to be my least favourite crayon in the box, apparently. Definitely not my least favourite person in reality, for sure. But, just my least favourite crayon. Welcome back, Strong Mom. Purple came to mind first. You see, I think... Here's the thing. I think Mouse would probably enjoy the fact that he would be my least favourite crayon in the box. I think he'd deeply enjoy that. Especially because, like, I don't know what it is at the moment, but anytime I hear him talk, I see that, like, pinned comment from, like, I don't know, like 30 streams ago of him going, I think Move the Mouse is synonymous with quality but dated memes. Or something along those lines. Like, that's... like, Move the Mouse and that phrase that he said that one time is just stuck in my brain. Quality but dated memes. I'd be baby pink. Your favourite colour? Bubbly human. I like that. That's a good answer. Dad is just delivering me. Exactly. Exactly. Quality but dated memes. Although, in a way, I do, like, deeply identify with Mouse in some instances, because, honestly, it's, like, the amount of chaos he brings to the table, 10 out of 10. Like, he is always there for, like, the pair gold nugget split, and I live for it, live for the drama. That, and getting, like, heated and salty over, like, silly things that seem trivial to other people, but it's they're like, no, if you're gonna do it right. Like, yeah, 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Got a lot of love and a lot of time. For our grumpy little Move the Mouse. Because he is a mood, for sure. For sure. Not to mention, I 100% blame him for my one and only ever, like, 10-hour stream. Because I saw him playing City Skylines and the rest is history. I got stuck playing it for hours and hours on end. I sunk a lot of time into that game. I haven't been on it recently, especially because I went back to work and then it was holidays and stuff like that. Oh my god. I knew from the moment I saw him playing the game and all of the like nitty gritty details of it, I was like, this is something that is gonna like deeply please my lizard brain. Well, I know how to say ciao, but I don't know how to read the rest of it. Dall'Italia. Hi from Italy. Welcome in, Giorgio. It is good to have you here. In general, we tend to stick to English in the chat, but as long as you keep it, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate, as long as it follows our chat rules. You do you, bud. Oh, she's cute. Melba. Melba's pretty darn cute. Excited for Stardew. Oh no. Stardew Valley. I started playing Stardew Valley and since I last streamed it, I haven't played it. And that's been a long time. How long has it been? It's gotta be a while. I've played it a grand total of 3 times. And the last time I played it was the 28th of March 2021. It's been a while. I think it's fairly safe to say that it's been a while. And it's not that I didn't enjoy it, because I did. It's just I get deeply distracted by other things. And I think that was the time that I was also struggling with the fact that I didn't have enough room on my Switch. So I had to make a hard choice about which games to keep and which to remove. And that one got the axe because I hadn't really fallen in love with it. Whereas now I have a new SD card. So I have reinstalled it and hopefully will... the mood will strike to play it once again and we can start that one back up. Oh, I saw Strong Mom logging on. Which is plugging in that commands command. I think most of the commands on my channel are gonna be the links for other creators. There are a few. There are some Animal Crossing related ones and some other things. In fact, how many do I even have now? We must be getting there. 35. I have 35 commands. It's not terrible. Not terrible. I don't consider that to be too much. Not yet. Who is this creature? Sylvia. I'm sorry, but the baby just no. Just no. The fact that it like pulls the same faces as you, and you never even address it. You're never going to talk about the fact that you've got a child. Like the female kangaroos with their babies. Honestly, so weird. So weird. Like, I'm not a kangaroo hater. I know there are some people that really don't like their kangaroos, but the ones that have the baby, I just can't. Just no. Just no. I have absolutely never known a mother to not even address the fact that she has a child. Never talk about them, nothing. Welcome in, Audrey. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well today. Guess what? I don't know. What are we supposed to be guessing? That you passed a test? That'll be my first guess. Well, I'd like to let you know that that message got pulled by my auto moderator so that I can read it and nobody else can for being rude. So congratulations. But I won't be showing the rest of the chat that message. If you, you know, want to try again being more appropriate than coming in with that kind of thing, please take into consideration that generally this is a PG stream. Then you're more than welcome to stay if you can abide by that. And if you cannot, you are more than welcome to take your leave. Jeremiah's pretty cute. A little froggo boy. Oh, I always hate how their hats sit on, like, the right back of their head. So weird. Just looks wrong. Okay, you have woken up today and chosen violence. So, you know, we'll go for timeout for now. And then, you know, maybe you can reconsider. Maybe you can reconsider whilst you're not taking part in the chat. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to read the things that some people post, honestly. Honestly. I received a friend request. I'm gonna assume that that's probably from Rich's, because he was looking through the commands, but who knows? We'll figure that out later, unless somebody wants to own up and say it was me. I'm gonna work on that voiceover, so I'll be back when I'm done with that. Crossing my fingers it works. I'll do the voiceover for you. What do you want me to say? I remember when Jack used to stream and he used to want I think he asked me to do one of his alerts or something like that. He's like, I want you to say this and record it for me so I can put it as like a sound bite or something on stream. Like, we never did it in the end. but he was just so deeply obsessed with the what? Who did he refer to my voice as being like? Emily Blunt. He was so deeply obsessed with the voice. He was like, oh, I need it on my stream. You could sell your voice. I mean, I could. I'm also not terrible at doing like accents and things like that. I could be a voice actor. I could do like I don't know, audiobooks or something. Maybe. Maybe. So let's take a look at this. I think this isn't my only request that I've got. I think I had one in here from before. I think the other one's been sat in here for a while because I received it when I wasn't even live. Sure, we'll accept this while we're in here. I'd listen to your voice. I'll be back later if I'm still on. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on if we find somebody. If we find somebody, we might end up a little bit earlier. Whereas if we don't, we might be here all night. Who knows? But good luck. Hopefully this time around, all of your file or what have you when you export it is exactly how you intend for it to be. What would dodos do? Let's go. Oh, the ketchup and mustard squirrel. What's your name? Caroline. Tell me. That tail and like the red, the yellow on red patterning on this squirrel is not just ketchup and mustard. Like, honestly. Welcome in, Cloudy Dreams. It is good to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. What is my dreamy? Ooh. I mean, earlier we were discussing favourite villagers, and I think some of my favourite villagers are like, I love Marshall, Dom, Murphy. Absolutely, I'm in love with Cephalobot that we've got on this island currently. Like, I have fallen in love with him. I don't know that I've got like one favourite villager, but I suppose my dreamies for this island are very much different to my in general dreamies that I would have on like my own personal island that didn't have a theme. Like if I was going to do a Cerecor island, I think I'd probably keep Cephalobot and I might keep Sasha, but other than that, I think the rest of them I would have other villagers because they're not my dreamies. They just fit the characters and the theme that I'm going for this current island. Malcolm's wife, hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Oh, we've got Draco. Hey, buddy, old pal. And a little bit of dragon action up in here. We don't mind a bit of dragon action. And we keep on going. Would invite anyone that I first bumped. I think actually when I started out, I was very much the same. Like, I didn't realise if I went to a mystery island, I could just leave the villager there and go to the next one and it'd be a different villager. I had absolutely no idea. Here's the thing, Malcolm's wife, unless you were here at the time that those chats were posted, because they were deleted, if you had come since then, you wouldn't be able to see them. So you've been here for a good, I don't know, 10 minutes? At least then, if you can see those chats without saying anything. But I'd rather... Well, I suppose you could only actually see one of those chats. The other two were privated by YouTube auto moderator for being inappropriate. So maybe we don't discuss those comments. I'd rather not make the entire stream about the kinds of people that do those things. Found a Yoshi flag. Doing all alligator island. Ooh. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of doing like a Yoshi Island or Alligator Island. It's not something I ever would have thought to do, but I like the idea. Drake is another cute little villager, but once again does not fit the island theme. Yeah, 100% agreed, Crimson. I think that would be like a really cute and original idea. It's not something I've ever seen, heard of, or even thought to do before now. Yeah, and definitely putting those Mario items to good use. I have to admit, I don't put them to good use. I've got a couple of pipes for like getting around the island. Like, I always have one placed down in my house, and then I usually have one in my pockets. I was decorating the other day, so I probably have one in my pockets right now. Yeah. So I usually have one in my pockets. But other than that, I don't use the Mario items. I'm gonna be honest, there's some cute items in there, but I have never found a use for them purposely. I understand that you're trying to dodge the auto moderator, Malcolm's wife, but just stop. I don't mind if you are the person that previously sent those messages and you're on another account because I put your other one in timeout. All you had to do was sit for 5 minutes and you would have been allowed to chat again. Just keep it PG. Let's not make it inappropriate. I'm not here to be objectified by anybody, and I'd appreciate if you didn't try and dodge the auto moderator. It's here to keep everybody safe. So just, if you behave, you can stay, and if not, then any account that you come in on will be banned, and it'll be as simple as that, and this will be the last time you will be told. Okay, we have Rocco. Rocco is not the most offensive looking villager, but also is not who we are looking for. I also like Yoshi, quite honestly. I think my first couple of emotes that I ever made for a channel was for my friend's, my real life friend's channel. And he asked, oh, could you just draw like a Yoshi or two for me to put as my like first emotes? Because he streams over on Twitch. And I don't think he does any longer now that he's gone back to work. But while COVID was a thing, he streamed over on Twitch playing some games. And when he, what is it? The first level is affiliate. When he hit affiliate, he did some little emotes himself, and then we were talking one of the days, and I was like doing some drawing or something already, and he was like, "Oh, could you draw me like a Yoshi or two so I could put them as emotes on my Twitch channel?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, they weren't good. They weren't good, but it's a learning process. That, and at the time I was solely keyboard and mouse, and drawing with a mouse is not it. 100% not it. What anchovy? In a good like range of villagers today that I don't feel like I see very often. Unfortunately, just nobody that we were looking for. I'll do some Mario stuff. Honestly, I feel like I've seen a couple of like Mario themed islands, and they all feel very samey. Like I've seen a Rainbow Road, and I've seen a couple of other ones. So honestly, I feel like a Yoshi like alligator island would probably be like the most unique Mario themed island I've seen personally. At some point I need to also reintroduce my Dream Tours, island visits, streams. Oh. I remember a time in the game where if I was on this hunt and I had found Raymond and I had left him behind, everybody would have lost their collective minds. And yet here we are. We have found Raymond and he is very much not coming with us today. What is my least favourite species in the game? Probably the gorillas, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I prefer the smaller villagers, and I think the gorillas are one of the few species where there isn't, like, I think the only gorilla I would probably take would be Hans, the Yeti-looking guy, for like a winter-themed island. And I think that'd be the only instance in which I'd ever take a gorilla. Unless we're doing like one of the challenges where it's like, here's a villager I love and here's a villager I hate, and whichever one we find first is the one that I take. Like, those are your two options for how that happens. Also, welcome in, Diamond Wolf Plays. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm gonna do it and see how it'll turn out. Are you resetting an island, or do you have more than one island, or...? How did I have no reaction for finding Raymond? Because I've already had Raymond. Raymond lived on my previous island since, like, before I started streaming. He's not like a new thing to me. I think Raymond took me 3 tickets to find when I was hunting for Dom, and 3 tickets in I found Raymond and took him. This is Gigi, even though for some reason the game was like, nope, you don't want to talk to this one. Gigi is absolutely not it, unfortunately. Only 1. 2 chickens to reset, all that stuff you lose. Yeah, honestly, I think that's the main problem. I think I would not have reset if it wasn't for the fact that I know that I could get all of those things back, like, really easily. Like, I saved my dream address and made the plunge to reset. Like, I did 2 islands on my previous one where I, like, demolished and rebuilt the island. And then before I finally decided, okay, I'm not just going to demolish this one. I don't want to delete it. I want it to exist forever as a dream address. So I reset it. But I only did it knowing that I have like 24-hour access near enough to some treasure islands to get back anything that I want. Anything that I'd worked hard for before, that I had before, I feel absolutely no guilt for going and getting that from a treasure island. Like, some of the newer things, I'm a little bit more like, I'd like to, you know where these things come from. I'd like to get them myself through normal means, like the gyroids especially. Like, I have a whole gyroid room, but they're just from going to Captain's Island or, you know, digging them up after it's rained. And always going into my Nook's Cranny or going into Nook shopping and buying any of the 2.0 stuff that turns up. This is Astrid. Another abomination of a kangaroo with a baby. That, and I kind of reset in preparation for the big update as well, because I thought it was going to be like a whole new experience, like a whole new game, when in reality everything for the 2.0 update is pretty much locked behind 3 stars, like Captain's Island, the gyroids, Brewster, like absolutely, like the ordinances. Like there's so much of the stuff that is locked behind those 3 stars that I didn't feel like there had been an update until I hit 3 stars. It was wild, because I was like, this is not what I expected. Like, I'm glad I did it so that I know that. But it was not at all what I expected at all. You have never gone to a treasure island. Well, one of the creators that was here earlier and may still be lurking in the shadows somewhere is Pange. Pange Plays. And she has a bunch of treasure islands that I use personally. I'm gonna put this up, means as I've seen it. Ooh. Do I take Shino for like a future giveaway for if anybody wants Shino? So when she asks to leave, do a giveaway. How long have we been going for? I've been here for about 2 hours doing this. How many tickets have I gotten through? I've been through 42 tickets. The meaning of life itself. So this is the second time I've come across like one of the super popular new ones. And I took Sasha for the same reason, for like, this is a villager that people enjoy, so I can give them away to the community. Like, see whether I enjoy them as a villager as well, but so I can give them away to the community for if anybody likes them when they ask to leave, they can go on their merry way and we can do like a villager giveaway. Did we take Shino? Because there will always be future hunting streams. We can leave it up to a poll. Yeah, someone will always want her, but especially considering like she's new. I feel like this is a reasonable one to take and do and give away to somebody who does want her, even though I don't necessarily want her myself. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys as to whether we take her or not. Obviously, she doesn't fit the island theme and she won't be staying with us. But we have been here for a little over 2 hours. Like, near enough constantly going back and forth. We've done 42 tickets so far without finding a single one of the villagers on our list, or even any of the ones that I'm like, maybe. So this is our first maybe, and she's one that is new and is fairly popular currently, and I feel like she'd be good for a future giveaway. And then it means that I can close up stream and go and make myself dinner, which is also a thing that needs to be done. But I think today is a frozen pizza in the oven kind of day. That's the day we're having today. Where are you hiding, girl? Hello? Did she just disappear into the wind? Where did she go? Okay. I always find that this island is the worst for, like, the villager hiding. Yes, dinner is important. We do like to eat. She's literally gone. What? There you are. Okay, so we've got 6 votes on this poll right now, and we are overwhelmingly on the yes. So I think we are going to call this a yes. And we are going to invite her to come and live on the island for the time being. Like I say, there will always be another day to find the villagers for the theme. But we're not always going to be given an opportunity to have one of the new villagers on our island. So let's make sure. So lucky, yep, and off we pop. We can go back home now and make sure on the housing plot that it says that it's sold. I think we made the right decision, honestly. I really do. Because like I say, I've made this decision with one of the new villagers previously as well. Purely because I think it's a good way to have them on the island as a tester to see whether I like the villager or not. I'm not gonna like gift them anything or anything like that while they're on the island. Like honestly, I barely talk to my villagers because the dialogue gets pretty old pretty quick. I don't even have a net on me for you, bud. But it seems like a decent stopping point. So we have a soul plot. We will be having Shino move in, and at some point she will be given away either in a stream or maybe on the Discord or something. So let's see who we have live. There are a couple of people. We have a few options. But I think I'm gonna send you over to where I always refer to as my second channel. How long has he been going for? 30 minutes. That's all good and dandy. So I'm going to send you over to Bobby. Gonna slam in that raid command. I'm gonna do the general YouTuber spiel. Thank you to everybody who has been here today. Thank you for the 16 likes on the stream. Thank you to all of our subscribers, even though the alerts may not always work. I still appreciate you nonetheless. There are links for the my Discord server down in the description if you are 13 years or older. There is also a link for a Tumblr page if you want to take a look at some of the art that I do. There is also a new channel on the Discord for my art, my gallery. So our raid link is coming in here, and this is where we're going today. Going over to Bobby, who started just recently. He just recently hit 1k. I literally finished. I got halfway through that sentence and didn't continue. Just recently hit 1k. I've been a big supporter of his channel since he was at like 100. So absolutely, please go over there, leave him a like and a subscribe. Big support for the guy. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye bye.